Is it the right time for you to be buying or selling a home? Don't go it alone. Trust the team at dangemus.com.
I just wanted to say kudos. I thought it. A lot of people are thinking it. You said it.
This is the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show.
All right, welcome back to the show. Joyce Blackmere, Matt Alita from the Dan Gemus team, both in studio with me today, and we are about to get to our next topic. But before we do, a call came into the studio from Joe. Joe, thanks for calling. And the question is with regards to, basically wants to know, why do you need to go through the bank to get a reassessment of a price of your home for a line of credit? So, Joe, my guess would be the bank wants to secure their money. So they want to make sure that they hire their own approved appraisers to confirm the value of the house if they're going to give you a line which is secured against the house. So that's my guess, is they won't just take a letter from a realtor, from anybody. They want their own approved appraisers to have a look at the house, which, yes, usually will mean that you have a fee to get that appraisal done. The bank won't necessarily pay for that because they want their money. Mm-hmm. So that's my guess, is they want to secure the line of credit against your home, and naturally they want to know the value of the property in its current state to make sure their money is safe and secure. So hope that helps. If you have any questions for us, you can always text us 10800. Call into the studio, and producer Ben can obviously help and relay that message over to us as well. Okay, so there you go. All right, it's time to talk about the joy of minimalism. Oh, I love this topic. Living with less. So in a society that often equates success with accumulation, there's a transformative moment or a movement that challenges this notion, minimalism. Oof. We get excited for this topic, don't we, Joyce?
Yes.
This philosophy, which champions the mantra of less is more, is not just a fleeting trend, but a profound shift in how we perceive value, success, and happiness. So there's a whole bunch of different ways that we can kind of, get there. It's tough because we all love things, right? Our society loves things, love to collect things, whether it's, mental things or whether it's physical things. So here's a list of ways to embrace minimalism. Okay. Number one, evaluate your values. So understand why you want to adapt minimalism. Is it for peace, for freedom, or for simplicity? Start small. Begin with a single drawer, shelf, or a room rather than attempting to, empty your whole entire house, which obviously as you get overwhelmed, you drop things, you forget it, right? Like, the heck with this, too much work. I'm just moving on out.
Moving is the best time to do this.
Oh my gosh. Right? Like we all obviously have our spring clean or our fall clean. I just finished the garage and the pole barn last weekend, and it's a great feeling. But inevitably, it just piles back up not long after, right? Declutter regularly. That's the key. Keep up with it. How often do we have piles of things just piling up, and we just keep throwing things on there, and we'll eventually, I'll get to it tomorrow, and then tomorrow is next week. Next week is next month, and 2 years go by. List of stuff is still there. One in, one out rule. I love this one.
Yes, that's a good one.
You keep something, get rid of something on the other end. So in your houses, what do you find the biggest challenge? Spouses are listening, so be careful.
Yeah, no, for us, I think, and probably maybe for you too, I don't know, but our kids are at that age where they want to move out, but they can't at this time because of
markets
of housing market.
Whatever. Yeah.
But they're like, oh, don't throw that out because we might want to take it when we move. And it's like, okay, well, let's be honest.
Yeah, truly.
Like, when's it going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So, I think that's a challenge for a lot of people. It's just that transitioning period of kids' ages, right? Like, when do you get rid of stuff? When is that cutoff date for toys or for, I don't know.
I was going to say my kids are 10 and 6, so not quite to that point of, I'm going to need this when I move out. But, yeah, I mean, I do think like as they get older,
you never know.
They might want to, who knows? But they have a lot of stuff, right? But I think one of the advantages is that, well, you know, it might have been the same for you with your kids growing up. Like siblings, a lot of times their things get passed along to each other. Yeah. So having, you know, two girls that have very similar, tastes,
interests,
you know, it makes it easier to save certain things for the younger one. But I feel like sometimes there's enough of a gap between the two where you do still end up having some of that stuff just sit, because it's not like she grows out of it and immediately goes to our younger daughter.
I feel like we're past, like with Sophie being 7 now and the boys are 10 and 12. I feel like we're past the little tiny knick-knacky stuff.
Sure.
Which gets littered all over the place, all over the house, bedrooms, playroom, whatever. And we're moving on to, like, you know, Sophie will have dolls or whatever else, but not as much small, tiny, you know, the kitchenette things and the stuff that just flies all over the place. The one thing I hated the most about the kids' toys was the Lincoln Logs. Oh, gosh. I used to hate the Lincoln Logs. They were everywhere.
So we don't have Lincoln Logs, but the Legos, Legos and Barbies are the two main things in our house.
See, I've held on to some stuff. I do like minimal stuff, but we have a whole tote.
Well, of course,
with Barbies, and a lot of them
for
are mine.
Grandkids or whatever else, if that ever happens.
Yeah.
Or you like to play with them, Joyce? What is it?
Well, hey, you know, I
Joyce
like to
said
do their hair,
she's not ready to be a
dress
grandparent
them.
yet, right,
no,
Joyce?
I'm not ready. No.
Or are they gonna call you Grams or
no?
What?
Granny?
Nana.
Yeah. That's cute.
Cool. The cool one.
Okay, back to our topic. Some ways to embrace minimalism. Limit impulse purchases. Please. No, wait 24 to 48 hours before making a purchase to determine if it's truly necessary. I guarantee if a lot of folks just did this, they would save a lot of money.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
We all want to, that newest, greatest thing, and then do we really need it? Nah. I find as I getting older, it's easier to do. It's easier to say, you know what? No, don't need it.
I have to give my wife credit here. I can't tell you the number of times we go shopping and she'll go around, or somewhere like Marshall's or whatever. She picks things up, she puts them in the cart. She's like, I really like this. And by the time we leave the store, the number of times that she's like, I don't really want this. Yeah. And she just puts it, she talks herself out of buying it.
Who's the spender in a family? You or Felicia?
It depends on what we're talking.
All right.
Right? Like we both spend our money on different things. A lot of my money goes to my stomach. It all goes here. And she can attest to that. Like we've had some disagreements about, buying food out and everything. But for her, it's probably buying a lot of things for our girls. She'll see something that, this is cute, and like buying something for them just because she sees it. But yeah, like I said, it depends.
Digital detox. Limit screen time, unsubscribe from unwanted emails, and declutter digital files.
Yes.
How many emails do we get that I unsubscribe from things every single day?
I did that. I did a big purge.
Digital detox.
Yes, I did last week, and it's been wonderful.
Capsule wardrobes. So reduce your clothing to versatile essentials that can be mixed and matched. Quality over quantity. Invest in high quality items that last longer rather than buying cheap disposable items. That's a great tip there too. Limit decor. Got that down, Pat. Opt for meaningful and functional decor over purely ornamental items. Experience over things. Love this one. So prioritize experiences like travel, courses, or events over physical possessions. We do this for the kids for their birthdays. Instead of buying them something, we do an experience with them, right? A nighter, we did Pelee Island one night with one of the boys, and whatever. We do a quick little trip, little getaway with the kids for their birthdays. That's what we do. They get gifts from grandparents and everyone else. They're got plenty of gifts, right?
Well, there's very few possessions when you think about it. You look back from your childhood.
That's you remember.
What do you have from your childhood?
That's right.
What possessions, right? You have memories. You have, cherished things like that.
That's
right. Exactly. Simplify meals for Matt's stomach. So adopt a more straightforward approach to cooking with fewer ingredients and more whole foods. Oh, we could all use that for sure. A couple more here before we run out of time. Go paperless. Opt for digital bills, receipts, and notes to reduce paper clutter. Clear flat surfaces. Yes. Limit media consumption. So be selective about the TV shows, movies, and news you consume. We could all use less of that, right?
For sure.
All you need is AM800. That's it.
Besides
that. Okay, we're out of time. We're going to come back. We are going to have our fun question. And we see your texts are already coming in. If you could pick one person, dead or alive, to ask one question to, It could be a famous person or non-famous. Who would it be, and what would that question be? So that's our question today. Text us 10800 with that answer. We'll share it live on the air. And we also have our gift card giveaway for the Richmond Popcorn Company in Amherstburg. If you want a chance to win $50 for gourmet popcorn, you can text in today. The keyword is butter, BUTTER, with your first and last name to 10800, and you'll automatically be entered to win the contest today. Okay, lots more to come right here on the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show.